What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Sunless Sea Zubmariner. I'm probably just going to trade my Harlot for the 10 hunting trophies. That's a lot of hunting trophies. It's basically all the hunting trophies we're ever going to need. And it's actually going to be kind of important because I think if we turn these in, it's a tough one. So follow me here. If I can get it at Godfall and I can use my trophies to get my terror down, we can go back to Hideaway and we can begin his quest to fix whatever that wire thing was that he needed. I don't know. There's some kind of cabling that needs to be fixed so that we can get one of the 7 to join our side. I'm thinking this Ambition 7 on your side. That's like in the Bay Area. There's... Oh, yeah. The Gant Pole is over here. I forgot about that. I'm going to see if I can get my terror down that way, although our hull is really not in great shape for it. I think you can burn supplies in order to get your... Oh, we're at Shableport. Hooray! Scabbleport. What's up, Scabbleport? Nah, not going to do that. I do have... Oh, I have Gant Pole grossness. Cool. 200 bucks. Yay! I like $200. $200 is cool. I can live with it. Port report with the striking smell. It's actually a smell that hits you. That's how hardcore it is. Get a hunting trophy for an outlandish artifact. What do they have here? Just Stygian ivory. Mount Nomad's heart will trade for a searing enigma. You know, I'm thinking about it. I think Mount Nomad's heart is only really used for the one where you got to get your father's bones. I don't think it has any other uses. Like, I'm like 90% sure, so I'm just going to take the Searing Enigma, and I'm sure somebody's going to be mad at me in the comments for not knowing anything else about it. But I think that's the last part of the quest for your father's bones. I think you got to give that to the Fathom King or something like that. And then once you've knocked that out, so the Gant Pole... No, it was King Eater's Castle that I needed to go to and burn the supplies. It's a long ways from Hideaway and from my objectives, which honestly I need to go to the Isle of Cats and see what I can do there anyways. Ugh. It looks like we're going to do kind of a boomerang action here. We're going to go down, we're going to turn around, we're going to come back. I don't have a lot of fuel though, so that's the only concerning part that I'm a tiny bit worried about. 18 fuel isn't horrible. And we should be able to get more fuel somewhere. I think fuel was reasonably cheap at Hideaway, but whether or not we'll make it all the way down to the south and back up to Hideaway off the tank that we have right now remains to be seen. We've also got the Tree of Ancients or whatever down here that needs to be killed. There are a couple legendary things in this game that you can kill. There's Mount Nomad, there's the Tree of Life, and then there's also the... I think it's, what's the name of it? The Irrepressible. The Irrepressible is the other one, which actually was quite repressible. We repressed the shit out of that thing. It had no chance. We repressed that thing all day long. We were just like blap, 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 and it died actually pretty easily. It wasn't a terrifying combatant to go up against. I'll keep a close eye on what it costs us to go all the way down here, and if the fuel is looking all right, actually, fear might also be... Actually, no, we're going to get rid of that when we go down to King Eater Castle. Gonna get rid of that at King Eater Castle, so it should be okay. I'm just trying to plan this all out in my head because I'm trying to focus almost entirely on our ambition at this point, which is why the Isle of Cats is so good. If we could get like the 6, the 1, and the 2, or whatever they all are of the 7, all in one big swing, that means we've almost done half of our ambition in one go, because I'm willing to bet that once we get the 7 people together, we basically just get to end the game whenever we want. That's kind of how it is with your father's bones too. Is it's once you get to that point, you just got to kill Mount Nomad, and then ding, 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 you're done. Out. There's the Tree of Life right there. Nasty little bastard that it is. The Festival of Silk, I will take the delivery of trinkets that are definitely just trinkets. Port report, I need cask of mushroom wine for that. Fuel, I think we're good on fuel right now. If I've got the Emissary of Spiders, what does that do? Ah, my good sir, is it madam, or another salutation perhaps? Pardon my ignorance, he taps his blindfold. The honor of serving the acrimonious masters does somewhat leave one at a disadvantage in matters of detail, he smiles. Blind light is not, however, deaf to rumor. I wonder, might I prevail upon the good-natured individual I've heard contributed so much to our little festival? Splendid. He leans in close. My benefactors have charged me with seeking a special sustenance for a special occasion. I am sure an experienced sailor such as yourself sees through the necessary euphemism. Shall we say unfortunates of little future, such as your tomb colonists? Were perhaps a select few to find a different destination for the greater good, I can promise more than fair compensation for any subsequent regrets. You may be able to obtain trusting tomb colonist tourists at Vendor Bite if you've assisted them in the past, so they want me to deliver people to spiders to make friends with spiders. don't know about making friends. That's a lot of spiders over there, man. I don't mess with spiders. Spiders are not my amigos. That's why I can never live in Australia. I've seen the spiders y'all have over there. Not playing that noise. We have black widows over here. Little greasy, oily-looking bastards. I don't like them none either. They're always inside your hot tub. That's like people have like their hot tubs or the jacuzzis outside, and you like leave the cover on them for like the entire winter, and then you go out in the summer and you open it. I promise there'll be a bunch of black widows in there. Like 2 or 3 at the bare minimum. Big old nasty silver dollar-sized little... Ugh. And they bite you and you die. And that's it. Not quite as bad. We have brown recluses here too, which will make your body rot off, which is kind of a horrifying... Oh, shit. Go away, please. Go away, please. I am asking you to go away, please. Don't shoot me. He's investigating. We're okay. I wasn't sure we were going to sneak by right there. It was a little bit troublesome. I was like, we might make it by. Maybe. I miss my Bandersnatch and its ability to stun things for huge amounts of time. That 8-second stun was no joke. Alright, so at King Eater's Castle, 1 supply, 1 fuel, and that lowers our terror. But we can't do it multiple times. Construct the Fulgent Impeller. Casket of Sapphires, the Unsettling Sage, the Mechanic's Secret, Stygian Ivory, and an Element of Dawn. Offer your stories. What is one departure among so many? Compile a port report. What does this do? I'm kind of curious. It says it could take me to another place, but where's it going to take me to? I didn't get my terror down low enough, so that's not even close. I need terror under 25 to get to Hideaway. That means I need to leave with basically no terror. Go straight to Godfall, eliminate all of my terror there, down to 0, and then just go straight for it, I think, is the best way to do it. Yeah, let's find out. This isle will hear your story, and then it will be forgotten, and when it is forgotten, so you will be. You will pass out of the memory of rock and into the memory of dawn. There is only one place where dawn remembers. You were unlucky. No! Ooh, that worked out great. I'm okay with that. That actually took us back up to the top. I'm okay. I'm alright. Fuel's a little expensive, but if I remember correctly... Ooh, that took us back up to Godfall. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so we got this. We've got this by the ass now. Okay, good. So I'm going to go... I've got to do it. It's overly expensive, but oh well. That's life. Sometimes things in life are expensive when you want to advance. And honestly, I think that the game sort of assumes that it's going to be very, very expensive for you to complete your ambition. So we're going to keep the lamp on the whole time. We're going to try and keep our terror low by keeping some aspect of the land near us. Just keep that ticking back downwards. Basically, if you've got your light on and you're near shore, your terror goes down, but it doesn't decrease. It just keeps the meter from going up. And then we'll go straight for Godfall. We'll get Polythreme. We'll get Dahut. Although Dahut has a lot of terror. I don't know if I want to go to Dahut right now. Might be worth it. Might be worth it for the money, just for the port report, possibly. Maybe. Slightly. I don't know. Either way, we got to get our terror down to 0 so that we can make a fat beeline straight for Hideaway, which is actually not so far away. I think we can manage it, and then we'll try to repair the thing. We'll help him out with whatever his task is. This thing is going to try and shoot me in just a minute. Luckily, his charge took too long. Now we'll cancel his attack. Done. Get out of here. A sack of skulls. Ooh, a sad little chain of bottled souls. It's hard to be sure if the souls have eyes, but when these ones emerge from the sack into the light, they turn their blindly questing faces towards you in what seems like excitement, and then all at once relax. Disappointed or relieved? Who knows? Who can talk about the desires of souls? You know, it seems like souls would be kind of varied in that way. they'd be a little bit spotty with regards to what you could expect from them. The Tides of Appetite. The Tides of Appetite. Man, this is one of those weeks. You ever have one of those weeks where you were just like, everybody has these weeks, of course you have, where it's just like crazy busy, like it feels like just 24 hours a day you're doing something, and you're just craving the weekend, like once it gets here. Although for me, the weekend's not even a solace, because then I got roll for it on the weekends, which is a thing I do, you know? If you haven't seen roll for it, I play tabletop games with my friendos on the internet. And it's pretty fun, actually. There's a Dromedary Caligo class cruiser. In Godfall. Oh, I thought that made my horror go away. I must have mixed it up. Must have mixed it up. So what's the easiest way to get my terror down then? Easiest way to get my terror off. Maybe Estval, but even Estval is a little bit sketchy. I'm not sure. Like, I know you can relax there, and it will conceivably lower your terror, but I'm not sure. I don't think Estval is going to help with... I just don't think it's going to help with terror. It's unfortunate that Abbey Rock is so far away. I think I got Godfall mixed up with Abbey Rock, I think is what happened. So now we're kind of in the unenviable circumstance of having to figure out how we're going to get all this terror off. Rest assured, our terror is a little bit high. Dude, how long is this guy going to be leaf blowering? Holy shit. How long does it take to leaf blower a sidewalk? Inefficient people doing jobs inefficiently, man. Just ridiculous. He's got to be hourly. It's the only way. It's the only way, Kyle. I see no way that he's not hourly at this point. He's been leaf blowing the same spot for 2 hours. Since I got up this morning, he's just been chilling out there, just leaf blowing that exact same spot. Please let me go down into the ocean. Please. So far away from DeHood at this point that, like, what's the point? Man, DeHood is like a big landmass. You don't really think about it when you're going over the top of it, but it takes up a lot of space. Now that our blustery friend is left, my lord, this guy. Tuesdays are always like this. Tuesdays are always like this. I know they're disenfranchised with the job because I've talked to him before while I was outside chilling, and they'll be like, yeah, you know anybody who's hiring? And I'm just like, that's what it is right there. People just leaf blower and just a leaf. Ooh, free fuel. Yes, please. I will take it right this second. I will take it straight to the head. It looks like my submarine has little eyes. He's like a little whale with a cannon mounted on his back. What a badass. I wish I had a whale-mounted cannon. If I did, my life would be way, way better. Port report. Yay. So that's done. I lost my DeHoot clarity. I am only going to look and make no commitments, and I've lost 10 terror. That's good. That gets me a little bit closer to what I wanted to do. I don't know if I want to ask for the latest events or anything like that. We've got a lot of chancy challenges in here, and I would really prefer not to get myself in trouble when it comes to... Ooh, the fuel is cheaper here, too. Drowning pearls. Can't sell them, though, which is what I would want to do with them. I would want to sell... Oh, I should go play. I should take all my drowning pearls over to the Timon. I didn't think about that. Didn't think about it. If I can, I'll come back and I'll do the exact same thing over here. I'll try to keep my terror low by staying close to landmarks, and then if I get another something awaits me, I'll go back in here and I'll try to get it, and basically I'll try to hit it a few times while I get all the islands around it, and maybe that'll be a way for me to get my terror back down to, like, Zipola, which is a complicated integer, but, you know. I don't have the time to mathematically explain what Zipola means down in here. We could get into a full thesis discussion about this thing, because our terror is almost low enough right now. I think if we could get it down to 11, we'd be in really, really, really good shape to make a run for Hideaway and try to... 14 terror. How many islands are in between here and there? So if I went from there and I kind of zigzagged and stayed on the islands, I think we could make it without too many problems. Although if I could rest in Nuncio, maybe I can pay to rest in Nuncio. And I would be willing to spend like 300, 400 echoes to just get this done while I'm here. Polythreme. I don't want to cure my sharpness. I just want to gather intelligence. Polythreme is an expensive place to reduce terror. I can carry Clayman to London, though, which is pretty sweet because I do, I think, have the hold space. Yeah, I've got tons of hold space. Why not? Clayman to London. Yay, get me paid. I've never actually done this before, so I want to find... You lose 1 terror for 30 echoes. All right, that's cool. They were not kidding. It's going to take you a bit of money to get things squared away there. We will keep the lights on. We'll go down to Nuncio, and maybe Nuncio will have a tavern or a pub or something that I can just pay a whole bunch of money to get my terror removed. I would prefer that as a possible... We got a rat barge over here, scuttering and chittering in the dark corners of the hold, humped shapes on the deck rail. It's never good when your shapes are getting humped on the deck rail. You got to get those extra strength bleachy wipes for the people getting humped on the deck rail. It gets lonely out here, okay? Sailors got to do what sailors got to do, all right? People have needs. You get lonely, you need release. I'm not gonna begrudge anybody. It's just like wait till it gets dark out though, you know, when there's like a fog or something. This is my ship and I don't like the thought of people leaving remnants of their DNA all over the deck. Perfect in Nuncio. Alright, so we can assemble a port report. If I go to the Postman's Tavern, is it possible to buy around here and feel better? So we're still a newcomer. I can listen in on Postal Tall Tales. That's done. They occupy themselves. We are now invited to serve. But it doesn't look like there's any way we can explore along the beach, maybe. Collect material for the dead letter office. We can argue with a man holding a broom. I think we already did that one where we found like a clock or something like that, and I think that's like one of the only events you can get, especially since we don't have something awaits us. We should, though, soon. Maybe we make a run down to the Isle of Cats and see what happens there. We can honey dream for a bit. I'm pretty sure that gets rid of terror unless you have like a bad trip or something. Ah, you guys got stuck in Finknottle Vortex. Finknottle is like the most unthreatening noise ever. I don't think anybody's ever had their ass kicked and their lunch money taken by a guy named Finknottle. Like, Finknottle. I'm not worried about it. His name is Finknottle? I don't know, man. I don't know. If we can keep ourselves, our terror is going up, but if we can keep ourselves inside the light of these buoys, we should be good. Visage, we can go to Rosegate. Rosegate might have been one of the locations, but the terror is too high for us to go to Rosegate right now. Well, we'll go to Rosegate, whatever. I will tempt the terror for you, Nerdcastle, because I am unafraid. Because I am unafraid. What was that little ship right there? Is it just like a normal pirate pinnace? He's about to get shot in his dome if he is. Ah, there's our something awaits us. Good. I'll try to make good and proper use of that once we get back up to the surface. Hold on to it as best I can. In Rosegate, was anybody here? There's our pamphlet. We can sample a high-quality cigar for 12 echoes, and that's 3 terror gone. Yeah, smoke myself sick. Let's do it. I don't even care. Take that terror down to nothing. I am serene. Hooray. Delivering supplies to Rosegate. Here they had the Hunter's Eye, which we can sell for 100. I didn't even know that I had that. Sell heart metal ingots, but we've ended up needing the heart metal ingots for stuff, so I'm a little bit wary about getting rid of them, having a few. Do we have anything on the creation of a cigar that would move us forward? If we had ambiguous eoliths, we could go for the robust flavor, because we now have ambiguous eoliths we can get from somewhere. It would seem to me then that we'll make our run to the Isle of Cats, having smoked away a lot of our problems. Which is exactly, we just sat there smoking cigars, and now we got that horrible jittery feeling that you get when you smoke a cigar too fast. Oh my god, tobacco poisoning is the worst. It is the worst. If you've never had it happen to you, believe me, it's awful. It's no fun. It's really, really no fun. Man, look at this little guy doing donuts out here in the ocean. Did you just try to shoot me with a flare? Little prick. Don't run. Damn it. There we go. Your shit is my shit now. I claim it. We've got an unread log. Hooray. Unread logs. That's going to be useful from time to time, but they're not particularly, like, incredible. It's like one of those minimally useful items. Like, they're kind of useful, like, when you really, really need them, but most of the time you're like, eh. Oh, well. Alright, so I've been singing your praises to Leopold. Izuri's eyes warm at the name. You could almost envy the Pirate King, almost. I would like to introduce you to him. Yes, I think it's time. They make a mime of thoughtfulness, though each word they say is carefully measured. But when one meets a king, one needs exactly the right sort of gift. It's only polite. Sure? Fetch me someone who has very recently been up to the surface. Leopold rather fancies surface memories, you know. Maybe you don't, but it is true nonetheless. So someone who has been to the surface. I can invite Izuri to join me in the 7 against Nida to replace his guide. You broach the subject with delicacy. There is a light in Izuri's eyes that you would not describe as reassuring. Izuri is somewhat acquainted with Nida in the 7 from the memories of the well-traveled notary. You fill in the gaps, but leave enough unsaid to entice. Izuri considers your offer carefully. I am intrigued, of course, and flattered. Who would not be, but the stakes are high, and the prey inconceivably dangerous. I am selective in my alliances, my lord. They lean back, considering you. If I am to hitch my fortunes to yours, I need to know with utter surety who I am dealing with. A mellifluous sister approaches. She carries a single lamplighter bee in a filigree cage. Allow me to taste your memories, Izuri says. I've been conducting experiments in selective harvesting. We will use a single specially bred bee. Once I have tasted your memories, we will kill it. A decision which I would like to establish represents a notable loss of investment on my part. That will ensure your remaining memories are safe. I respect you too much to lie to you, and the process will be blisteringly unpleasant. But it shouldn't be fatal, as long as you are resilient. Oh, good lord. It'll take some of my stats, everything but pages. Don't take my pages, I guess. The process of the bee harvesting your memories is painful and invasive, but the experience several days later, when Izuri consumes the resulting honey, is far, far worse. The sisters chain you to a bed for your own safety. You can feel Izuri crawling like a spider in your skull. Clawed finger rings prick the stalk of your optic nerve. The chiefest claw gouges, graceless as a murderer, through your life. The pain is exactly as bad as you can imagine. It is likely that you are screaming. When the torture ends, you search your memories in a panic. What has he taken? What have you lost? You will never know. You expected it to feel like a wrenched tooth, a gaping raw absence where a memory used to be, but there's no such thing. There's no wound. It is simply less of you than there was, and you are diminished. The recovery is slow. After several days, Izuri visits and brings a gift, a decanter of Hungarian palinka in which Izuri has drowned the bee that harvested you. A reconciliatory gesture. I am satisfied and encouraged and accept your invitation. They pour you each a glass of palinka. The room fills with a fierce smell of apricots. To immortality. Okay. I guess it's done. It's a rough one. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all in the next episode. See you all in the next episode of Sunless Sea Zubmariner. Hi to everybody, and I'll see you there, okay? Get the game down below if you want to play it for yourself. There are other ambitions and things you haven't seen yet.